Greetings, programs, and welcome to Underground Video Network. I'm Mike Boroff, as with me always is Richard Catterjohn.
Hello.
Rich, where are we? I've never been here before.
We're at Gem City Comic Con 2013.
No, we're not. I've been to Gem City. I've been to Gem City many times, and it's a great con. It's one of my personal favorites, but it's City Bitty. This is ginormous.
This year, they moved into the Nutter Center.
Sweet. And it really is bigger on the inside. But you know what that means? If there's bigger stuff, that means there's more vendors, and it means there's more stuff to buy.
Let's go.
Gonna go. See. Mike here, and we're continuing our coverage at Gem City 2013, and I'm here with Cline, Siegenthaler.
That's right.
And man, I gotta admit, I love your booth.
Thank you very much.
Where did you come up with the inspiration for doing the 3D prints?
About 20 years ago, when the movie The Rocketeer came out, they sent out a promotional comic book to movie theaters, and I was working in theaters at the time, and it was completely in 3D. And I grabbed it and held on to it, and just one day when I was doing some screen printing, I thought, well, I think I'm going to try to do one of my pieces in 3D, and that was the inspiration, was just off of that comic book.
What goes into the process of making a 3D picture?
Well, a lot of it's done in Photoshop, and you just need to figure out the layering. You print two colors, a blue shade and a magenta, and you have to layer it properly so everything you want in the foreground, the ink is laid on top of each other, but then when you want things to recede into the background, the way you create the layer is that you separate the colors a little bit, and you just have to line it up properly when you screen print it, and the glasses, do their job, and it's kind of hard to describe it all,
Well, you don't want to give away too many
without
trade
demonstrating
secrets.
it. Yeah, but
well, is there a place anybody can pick up your fantastic art at?
I've got my own website, redgremlin.com.
We'll put it right there.
And I've got 3D prints, those aren't actually available on the site, but you can always email me through Red Gremlin. I've got a few samples of the prints on there, but I also sell t-shirts and limited edition prints and some original art that I've done for companies.
Cool. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you. You get a chance to check out his site, and let's go old school 3D for the close. Thanks a lot.
Sure, thank you.
Mike here. Just left the auction, and I came away with a very spectacular piece that was done by this gentleman here.
Hello.
Introduce yourself, sir.
I'm Andrew Heath, designer and illustrator.
Now, I guess, I've met a lot of artists, and every once in a while, everything starts to, I'll be honest with you, everything's fantastic, but everything kind of starts to run together. Yours jumps out at me, which is ironic because it's very, minimalist, but it just, jumps out at you.
Yeah, I agree with you. When you come to these conventions, you see a lot of comic book artists and stuff, and like you said, they're all really good, but I'm just trying to do something a little different. Put a little something different on the table.
Where'd you come up with the style?
Just kind of developed it on my own, just the simple, minimalistic retro feel, and with the bright colors.
Yeah, it definitely has that 60s, 70s movie grindhouse feel to it. The very noir feel to it.
Yeah, just that kind of feel I'm looking to go for.
Now, also not just the way they look, but the technical aspect, the way they're done. How do you go about making one of these?
Just the idea pops in my head. I'll take stuff that I enjoy, that I like, that I'm aware of, and think of an idea and just sketch it down and put it up on the wall and just come back to it and crank it all out.
Now, this is all completely digital, right?
Yeah, this is all digital.
Now, how do you go about, what programs do you use? How do you... I can barely use Photoshop 4, and I look at this, I'm like...
I use all Adobe Illustrator, yeah, and then I'll just, like I said, I'll sketch down the idea and I'll go in there and just completely freehand it from the idea.
Now, I have to ask, because I see a lot of licensed... Do you ever get any slack for, say...
Well, a lot of it's transformative and just my interpretation of it. But there
Right.
are some situations where I try to keep away from like Marvel stuff. Since Disney took over Marvel,
Stay away from the mouse.
just stay away from that. And just,
I doubt the BBC is going to be knocking down your door for the TARDIS print.
Well, I mean,
but-
like I said, a lot of it's just interpretation, artist
Right.
interpretation of it. But like I said, I don't do Marvel stuff, and why get into
And why?
that?
Everybody
Yeah,
else
yeah.
does. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
how often, seriously, people, how often do you see a Rocco's Modern Life? That is, I love that. That is awesome. That is fantastic. Now, for people who are watching this at home that just saw the Rocco's Modern Life and goes, oh my God, Rocco's Modern Life, I have to have it. It's heifer. Where can we find your stuff at?
At www.andrew-heath.com, and I have a shop on there, and all this stuff's available.
All right, Andrew, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank
and
you
it was
very
a
much.
pleasure winning your stuff in the auction. I loved it.
Congratulations.
All right, thanks a lot.